Hey, welcome to another episode of Unapologetically Me. Today, I am going to discuss reasons for non-belief, specifically mine. But first, as you are all aware, COVID-19 has done a fantastic job of ruining everyone's holiday plans, and Halloween just happens to be one of my favorite holidays. I am the kind of person that loves to dress up and go out for Halloween, but this year, we are going to be sequestered at home, eating monster stew and little pigs in a blanket mummies while watching Rocky Horror Picture Show. So, just to show off a little of my Halloween spirit, I thought I'd dress up for you all. Before we get started, please grab that mouse or touch that touch screen and click that subscribe button. Okay, enough with the business. Let's get to it. I am Laura, Unapologetically Me, and this is episode 4, Reasons Not to Believe, Halloween edition. So whether you're a fellow humanist or agnostic or atheist, or hey, if you're a theist, I bet you're all asking the same question. What are her reasons for disbelief? Okay, maybe you're not asking that question, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Is it that I question the morality of both books? Damn. Ugh, in hindsight, that would have been such a good reason. But no. Was it something wrong with the communities? Nope. I loved both my religious communities, and I did feel a pang of loss after leaving each one. Although, after the fact, I did get to see a side to people that I hadn't seen before, and that not only got the wheels turning about this whole Christians are all about love thing, but it also caused me a lot of emotional trauma that was really difficult to overcome. In fact, I have a whole video planned for that, specifically how it impacted my views of myself as a wife and a mother. Oh, I know. Was it because I wanted to commit sins? Ugh, don't even get me started. I mean, I'm such a rule follower that I had a whole conversation with my husband the other day. Yes, I'm looking at him across the room right now. About how uncomfortable I would feel jaywalking. Yeah, it was that bad. We actually discussed under what circumstances I felt that it would be okay to break that law. I want to do the right thing. I want to work hard to do the right thing. So where religion and I diverge is really in just determining what the right thing is. I mean, I do love quite a few things that are considered sinful. Let's see, there's lobster, pork, mixing my fabrics. Of the 10 commandments, there's like 4 that I'm down with, but I don't reject the whole thou shalt worship no other God but me because I want to worship other gods. I just think it's bullshit. Okay, so it wasn't the scripture's fucked up and highly confusing moral message. It wasn't the community. Sin is off the table. Was it philosophical argument? Not quite, although I think that's getting closer. Do you remember that part of the Bible where it says, lean not on your own understanding? That's Proverbs 3 verse 5, baby. Yeah, well, call me a sinner, but I leaned heavily on my own understanding. After all, what makes your interpretation better than mine? Now, I'll admit, I'm not a Bible scholar, so I am saying that quite tongue-in-cheek. But I mean, one layperson to another and all things being equal, one thing I really found frustrating was that Christians so commonly say that they have the right interpretation simply because it's the interpretation that keeps them from challenging Christianity. And mine were challenging. Oh my God, I get it now. Okay. So you got me there. If your interpretation of Christianity is true, there's no way mine can be correct, right? But, wait a minute there. That's an awful big if, don't you think? I mean, what if your version isn't true? What if it's wrong? If only there were some way we could explore and find out. Okay, so in my arrogant mind, if it were true, it would be consistent with, I don't know, what's the word? Oh, reality. It would be consistent with reality. If a religion is true, it should be consistent with reality. So, how is asking questions so bad? I was raised to be a critical thinker. I was raised to research and read and be curious. Thanks, Mom. But I was also arrogant in thinking that just because I was feeling so passionately in love with my newfound beliefs, that history and science would nice and neatly and kindly back up everything I believed. Neil deGrasse Tyson has a quote out there. Maybe you've seen it on his Masterclass YouTube commercial. It goes something like this, and I'm going to do my best Neil voice. One of the greatest challenges in life is knowing enough about a subject that you think you're right, but not enough to know you're wrong. Neil, baby, you were speaking directly to me with that one. It's just too bad your message didn't hit me a few years sooner. Wouldn't it be super neat if one day that was the commercial that played before this video? If that ever happens to you, please let me know in the comments. But I digress. So there I was. I thought I knew so much about Christianity that it just had to be true, but I didn't know enough to know that I was wrong. So as I looked for more and more and more answers, humility just kind of chipped away at my pride and my self-assurance. And with Islam, guys, it was so much worse, because in Islam, there's none of that lean not on your own understanding crap. Oh, no, 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 no. The seeking of knowledge is not only encouraged in Islam, it is damn near required. Since I gave you one Bible verse, I might as well throw out a Quranic verse as well. But there are so many, so go ahead and check out Shake Google and ask for more verses and teachings on the seeking of knowledge in Islam. I'll give you chapter 39, verse 9, which says, "Are those who have knowledge and those who have no knowledge alike? Only the men of understanding are mindful." So this and verses like it got me excited for two reasons. First, I was allowed and encouraged to ask questions. Second, I was even more confident that clearly this means that this religion is more legitimate. Otherwise, why would it encourage followers to challenge it? So challenge I did, and not to disprove the teachings, but to confirm them, to prove them. And again, in the long run, it really didn't come down to a strong opposition to any specific verse or teaching. Like my time in Christianity, I was able to compartmentalize all of those things that I thought were from God and those which I thought were not so much from God. But there was still this overall conclusion that things just didn't add up. Why are the blessing systems so complicated? Why does God care so much about these arbitrary rules and moral stances, like whether or not I should sit next to a male at a dinner table who isn't a family member or my husband? Or why gay people are so sinful? Or why can I not eat pork? I mean, I get it for health reasons, but to please God, really? I don't need a PhD in history or science or theology to say it just doesn't add up. And Christians, if you're there saying, well, duh, that's because it's the Quran, I have two words for you. Jesus' sacrifice. And I have two more. Original sin. On top of all of that, simply letting go of my doubts and having faith just wasn't good enough for me. I mean, I had faith as both a Christian and a Muslim, didn't I? I had so much faith that I thought my beliefs would be confirmed. But during which of the religions was my faith justified? During Christianity? During Islam? Don't Hindus have faith? Buddhists? Sikhs? I mean, hell, if we're going to talk about that, why not other Christians? Let's talk about faith from a Baptist perspective. Do Catholics have faith? Mormons? Jehovah's Witnesses? Don't they all have faith? Don't they all trust in the Lord with all their heart, mind, and soul? If so, it seems to me we need a better measuring stick. I mean, everyone gets to use that one. So it's not really a great indicator of truth, is it? When I would have questions and somebody would tell me something like, you just have to have faith, or just trust in the Lord, both answers were, quite frankly, lacking. They're bad answers, guys. Really bad answers. I mean, sure, they produce a lot of guilt, and they help me to hang in there just out of the sheer confidence that I might be misunderstanding. But that only lasted for so long. Eventually, that threshold was reached wherein faith just couldn't carry me any further. So, in both cases, the answer to the question was just about the same. What led me out of Christianity? The Bible. What led me out of Islam? The Quran. Does it really have to be more complicated than that? So throughout my adult years, whether religious or not, I have heard some common reasons thrown out there for why other people leave religion. Some are accusations, like the good old, you just want to sin. And others are very real, very deep, like the pain and trauma that is caused by a religious individual or a religious community. Those reasons should be explored and discussed. I, for one, would love to know who out there left their religion knowing it's the truth just so they could sin. I would love to shake that person's hand. So keep your eye out for future videos in which I go over other people's reasons or experiences when they left religion, and maybe delve more into some of the other responses they got from their religious communities about why they left. But until then, it's been fun chatting with you. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions or comments, don't forget to leave them in the comment section below. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know that I'm on the right track. To see more of my upcoming content, hit that subscribe button below if you haven't done so already. And I'm finally getting spun up on social media, so you can find me on Twitter by clicking the link in the description below. For other platforms, well, you'll just have to wait and see. I have been unapologetically me, and remember, when it comes to beliefs, it's okay to ask questions. I will see you next time.